I figured. So I have some questions that people left in the box. Um, we'll start on a fun one. Are you ready, Freddie?
Ready.
All right. So this person asked, is Marvel still making good movies and shows? I know what my answer is, but what do you think? Like the new movies and
Your
shows.
answer is DC. So here's what I think, okay? I think that Infinity War and Endgame were a combination of all of the movies spanning back since the original Iron, and even before that, the Hulk movie, since it's canon in the Marvel universe. So everybody is still tied to those excellent movies that were at the very end. And they forget that beginning, they criticized a lot of the movies like Thor and, Iron Man 3 and everything like that. And I feel like we're in that era of the new phase of movies. And I think as we progress, they're going to get better and better.
I agree. I don't think any of the new ones are bad. I do think if somebody had not seen or followed the movies and the shows and they wanted to watch one of the new ones, they might be lost or at least not get the full experience. Because even I was watching, what was it, Ant-Man, the Quantum one? That one, I felt like I really had to pay attention in order to understand it and remember the different timelines and stuff. So I do think for new people, you're just going to start from the beginning and just get through every single million movie there's out there for it. Because it does get confusing. Which the other night, my mom, she texted me, and I guess she's starting the old Star Trek again. But she said one thing that she noticed and liked about Star Wars is that it stays on one timeline. She's all Star Trek and Marvel. They have too many timelines, and you have to really pay attention. Whereas Star Wars is just one. I'm like, yeah, that is true. Like you have to really pay attention, or you're completely lost.
100%. 100%. Well, and that's the thing, though, too. Me and my daughters went to every movie. Like when they were younger, we always went to the movies on Thursdays before the movie even came out, and we always got that pre-screening. And we don't just go to the movie to enjoy it. I mean, we do enjoy it, but also when we're done, we talk about the score, the direction the director was going in, the visual effects, and we always rate it, and we kind of
break it down,
add on to the movie experience. Because I wanted to intrigue them and have them not just look at the popcorn flick, but look more into how the Joker with plays a lot on mental health issues. A lot of people don't talk about mental health issues, if you break down that movie and see how society just passed out the mentally ill, you see where they become deranged. But anyways, what's the next question?
The next question
I got back from the gym.
Huh?
I just got back from the gym, so and pre-workout really didn't in until the final 15 minutes before.
And you got that post-workout high. Okay. This one. Why hasn't there been a Jedi or Sith origin story film or series yet?
Because it doesn't fit the narrative. And I think that... Wait, read it again?
Why hasn't there been a Jedi or Sith origin story film or series?
Yeah. Because we did have an origin story, Anakin Skywalker. That's what the first 3 movies were about.
That's true.
Well,
I wonder if this person just means where the Jedi and Sith came from.
They are in that. There's supposed to be a movie up on it. I forgot the name. Somebody comment in the comments what the name of the movie. Be the origins of the Sith and Jedi. It'd be called Sith and Jedi because adapted that name yet. Um, but also too, like I just don't narrative, and there's so much more to elaborate on just the small amount of lore that we have right. Look at the galaxy as a whole, and you even Rebels that of what was going on. You could make a standalone film about the Huts if you really wanted to. I think it would be cool to see this the like the mobster gangster side of like the Black Sun and the Syndicate, um, the underground crime and everything. Have it from that view. I think that would be pretty cool.
That would
But
actually be dope.
again, nobody wants to root for.
That's true. But isn't there that
What
movie that's coming out? That's supposed to happen like, thousands of years before. It's not supposed to be like an origin movie, kind of? Yeah.
Fight is 100 years before um, what we're seeing in movies and TV shows right now.
Oh.
I have good hope, but given the recent controversy of the actress who never has seen Star Wars, who's playing in a Star Wars film, and the director having quotes of negativity towards George Lucas and him
Oh,
being the person to,
I didn't realize that was
yeah,
her. Oh. Oh. Yeah, because she was just like, it's not just George Lucas. Like, he literally invented Star Wars. Oh, Lord.
that would be like not giving Zahn the credit for and being like, I'm going to do my own Thrawn story, and I'm not going to listen to what Timothy Zahn has to say. That's who.
Like,
That's who made those books,
I
right?
made him. Yeah, Timothy Zahn.
Do I really have to follow what he put in those 3 books? Yeah, you did. Next question.
I can't believe that's that lady. This
Yeah,
one I feel
no.
like it might be hard. The top 5 men and women's list that you would like to join the Marvel, Disney, or DC universe.
5 what?
The top 5 men and women list that you would like to join the Marvel, Disney, or DC universe. Maybe just 5 people, because we'd have to really think about that. That's 10 people.
Coin. Um, like the actors to
That
play
you would like
certain
to see,
characters.
or just be in the universe, like join Disney or Marvel or DC. That's a hard question.
That is a very good question. I say we think upon back to it next week.
For
Because
sure. For sure.
I mean, I would the girl who played Jean Grey. I forget her name, the actress. The original one that played Jean Grey. I really would like to see her come an older version.
That'd be cool.
Like if they were to wipe out the Dark Phoenix saga. Um, that would be pretty cool. Um, man, you know, I'd have to think. I need a couple of days to think about that. That is a really really good.
That's what I was thinking. I was
Whoever
like,
asked that question.
you need to definitely think about it because it's kind of a hard one. And the other ones
Okay.
are kind of, I don't know, weird questions.
Like what?
Well, this one's about, it's not really about our theme, but the objectification of females in cinema versus women that use the casting couch to be famous.
What's the difference between them?
Or like, I guess just discuss it. I don't know.
Um, well, couch in the adult industry is
Whole different ball game.
I don't know, and I just that I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to answer.
Yeah, see, I don't
Is
either.
the person
Huh?
Person asked, "What's the difference between the two?" So
It's
here,
just
I don't know how to answer. I don't know how to answer that. But something that really puzzles me is now there are females on Instagram who have only
so tell me why the
like
same guy he asked that too. He said for to talk about how we have come to a place where women feel it's okay to do OnlyFans content.
I'm all for women positivity and I'm all for their bodies. The nude body is a beautiful thing, especially if you're in the fitness industry and you bust your butt, create and mold your body to your specific desires. A lot of young women put themselves out there not in the back or to the degree of creepiness that's on the internet and think like, oh, safe walls behind, platform where, it's going to happen, but, I'm not going to be objectified. But then it's like, you are going to be objectified and people are going to recognize you in real life, and you're going to, you know,
And I feel like it was a lot
you're
of
going to always
pressure
feel
too.
funny.
Like when it first came out, I just remember it was like, I don't know, one person did it and then it was just like, oh, we all got to do it. And then they're all making money. And then now it's like, not everybody makes money off of it and they just feel like garbage. And so I think there's a lot of pressure.
They full state is at hand, and they realize that they put this stuff out there, and now they can't do it. I'll give you an example. I know an adult film star who was very popular. She won awards and stuff. Like, I won't know her from, but it's just anytime I talked to them, her husband or whatever he was always looking at me funny and like, where do you know my wife from? But it was just like in casual conversations. I didn't even know she was in the industry until, I'm like months and months after knowing these people and just like casually talking to them and um me just being generally nice and just conversating with people. But once I found out she was in the industry, I could see why her husband would look at me every time I was talking to them, like with that look, like, do you know her from this? But really, I
Mm-hmm.
just knew her from where I had met them from. So, I don't know. The next question. I think we're rambling random.
Those are the only ones that we got, I think. But I have a question for you. That's think about. Is that the only one? Yeah, because that one we have to think about. If you could pick one superhero or comic book or comic to be turned into movie, what would it be?
For me, I would like to see a real life of that one Joker comic. Can't remember the or Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond would be dope.
Pretty sick back in the day. I would even think that that would be cool. Um, 3D animated series, like if they were to bring it back, like how they had the Clone Wars.
Yeah, that actually would be pretty
Comic
cool.
books from the DC. I mean, from the Marvel. I'd like to see the Old Man Logan series where Hawkeye and Logan travel with. I don't want to give it away if anybody's seen it yet, but it's really really good. The Hulk. So
I'd like to see it. Damian Wayne,
so
Batman's son. I can't remember the comic off the top of my
uh,
head, but there's a cool comic with him in it.
doop 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 doop. I was thinking about this too, like when because I was like, I know that we're gonna have like a short video this week, but I wanted to say that like I see so many people in the gym chasing the pump, and I say this because like I've even fallen for it myself where like you're constantly tracing that pump, chasing the pump, chasing the pump. And it's like you almost become discouraged when you don't feel the way that you should feel. Like you could eat all the food that you were supposed to eat in the day. You could drink all the water that you were supposed to drink. You got all the sleep that you needed to get the night before, and you still go in the gym and you still feel like you're not getting where you need to be, or you don't feel like you're as full as you're supposed to be, or you don't feel like as good as you're supposed to be. Like the weight, and the reason why I say this is because the weight the other day, boy, let me tell you, it felt so heavy, so heavy. And I was like, why did this feel so light the other day? It feels so heavy. And like I started to like get in my head and then like start to like discourage myself and like be like, why am I here? You know, you only have 45 minutes to work at home. Like you could have slept an extra hour or, but I told myself, no, you know what? You're going to put more weight. You're going to lift it, and you're going to lift it to your best of your ability. And that's what I did. And I actually walked away and I felt good. Um, and I didn't think that I had a good workout by any means. But the next day, my chest was so full and pumped. And I did a third, maybe even a quarter of what I normally do. But I
So,
pushed myself and
so
I
you
didn't
broke out of that.
worry and I didn't worry about like, oh, I don't feel pumped. Oh, I don't feel pumped. Like, get out of your head and just lift the weight and know that every day it's just a building block to build to what you want to do. And don't let that one bad day discourage you.
Say
You
brick by brick by brick, build the house. And bricks are this big.
Right. That's right. So I got a question for you.
Shoot.
If there, what's the one body part you miss working out with me? Like,
Shoulders,
which day do you miss?
shoulders and chest.
Shoulders
100%.
and chest?
Because I know just the
Why
other
is
day
that?
too, I was doing shoulder press and I'm back up to 30s, but I'm like, I know I can do 35s, but I'm used to you being there and I'm like trying, but I just miss that little, you just put your hands there and just tap them and I push through. And same with chest, like when I do bench and stuff, I lifted way heavier just because I felt like you were there, so I didn't have anything to worry about. But now I'm like, I don't know, if no one's here, I can't just, go balls out. But yeah, so shoulders and chest for sure.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. I actually had to ask one of my coworkers to help me like lift the weight. Like in that hammer press, it's kind of awkward for me to get into because like I'm wider than the
Mhm.
beam. So, but I was like 245s and a 25 on, and I was like, I can lift this. And that's where like again, like I was like, man, you're gonna lift this. But it was just that awkward stage of getting into it. It's like I walked over and I'm like, hey, do you think you could do me a favor real quick and help me lift this? Like, man, I miss Mariah. Like, I could always like, even if like, be like, hey, come help. So
That's how I feel. I don't trust everybody at my gym.
they're like, are you sure you can lift that weight, little girl?
Right. But don't ask questions, just spot me.
What's one
Well,
exercise that you've
huh?
um that what's one exercise that you have been doing that you normally don't do but you're starting to like?
For shoulder day, my one armed kettlebell things. I posted one video on Instagram of it. Um, it's very challenging and I like that. And I'm getting better. I notice my left arm's a lot, it doesn't have the stability like my right arm when I'm lifting it. And just the other day I got 8. It took me longer than the right arm, but I got 8 in a row without it flopping over or anything. So it's like exciting because I'm like, yeah. But I didn't realize how bad this arm was until doing that.
Weak on one side.
But it's been a cool
Um,
workout. I've been enjoying
I've
it.
been doing good. I've been doing a little bit of abdominal. Lord knows I don't do enough ab work. So, but I'm starting to enjoy it and I do a lot of lower back exercises because I kind of was just like, know that I'm weak in that area, and I know that if I strengthen that area up, a lot of the issues that I have or have had will subside.
Oh, for
So, like,
sure.
playing it smart.
Well, you need the lower part of you to take care of the bigger part of you up here.
That's where I'm like, aren't being such a dummy. So,
Oh my goodness.
I was really, really good, and I
I'm
haven't
say
pre-ordered any. Of my pre-
you said you haven't?
and I even canceled a couple pre-orders.
Oh shit.
I
Did you see
really
that
need this, and then I was like, no, go ahead.
did you see that one? I don't know who makes it because I don't follow that, but the Anakin one, it looks all real, but I think it moves. I don't know. A bunch of people are posting about it today.
It probably so San Diego Con came out. Today's day one of it, so there's about to be hella stuff.
That's true.
But it's probably a Mongo collectible figure, one of those
Yeah.
higher end ones that are like a couple.
Yeah, because I mean, it looks good. Like the face looks real good.
I think at the end of this video, you should post uh, workout videos and pictures of us and show the having a team member and the importance of having somebody that can not only be there with you but also help push you. You should always have somebody that challenges. The reason why I say this is like, even though I'm bigger than you and I can lift more weight than you also challenge me in my health and like that. So, like, it doesn't always have to be about like the person lifting more weight than they can challenge you in other ways. You know,
True. True, true. I feel like we challenge each other on a lot of things.
you challenge me to make my bed every day, and I do every other day.
Every other day. Hey, it's good. Better than no days. I make mine every single day. But I do have 5 dogs,
Right?
so
Like you challenge. Yeah. Well, and that's like the thing. That's what I'm saying is like I challenge said that you miss working out just because you knew that I was there. So you would push yourself more to lift heavier weight. Even if my hands would barely be even around your little wrist and you would push, then you have that stability that you're going to lose it. Makes you mentally want to push harder. Uh,
mm-hmm.
and then like for me now, like I told you, like you get up the butt on, like because I'm usually going to bed, and I'm like, why is she up so early? I'm like, oh wait, no, I'm up early. She's just normal. But then, like say it is like you challenge me like eating better, and I'm like, I can't make the excuse that I can't make my healthy meals if you're making yourself, your husband, and 5 dogs healthy meals. All your shitload of chickens are eaten every single day, and now you've got rabbits too. For a video of a goat or an alpaca or something, Randall
It's on the list.
come home from work, have a damn calf in the backyard.
Probably. Hey, the rabbits were his idea. I just agreed because they're cute.
I mean, you can't do them at a certain time though, because certain times of the year they have worms.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff for that just in case.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. My legs hurt. I hit leg, but I haven't had
Yes.
a day off in 7 days. I got to go
Gross.
to work at 6,
Gross.
a couple hours and cover. So, but I thought it
Oh.
was cool to do a little montage of like the picture that I posted the other day that showed up, and you're all,
Oh yeah.
that shit was fun.
My photo bomb.
I am hella pissed though. I got this like exclusive. This is another reason why like I'm kind of like not wanting to get anything either, because all the exclusive are going to Walmart and their things come so crappily done. Like when you order from like Amazon or you order from like even Target, it comes in a nice box with like wrapping around it. Walmart just throws their carded figures in plastic bags and then mails them out to you.
Like, here you go. Just threw it all in one bag. Typical Walmart.
I think I'm